Cleveland'sGospelTV.com. Well, we have our first guest today for our show, Second Chances. I would like to introduce you to Fred. How are you? Can you talk a little louder so we can hear you?
I said I'm all right.
All right, all right. Well,
I'm all right.
all right. Can you please give the viewers a brief version, short story of your story?
Well, in 1978, I was convicted of three rape robberies and kidnaps, and I was I was convicted of three rape robberies and kidnaps in 1978, and I was sentenced to 32 to 130 years, and I got cleared by DNA testing in '98.
In 98. Okay. So, do you feel you have been received into society since you've been released from prison?
Some I have and some I haven't.
Okay. And has it been hard for you to get your life back on track?
Not all the time. I'm like an adaptable person, so
Okay. So, is there anything you want to share with the viewers for anybody that's going through this situation? Something they should try to do differently or anything like that?
well, it's hard for the person. It's the system.
Okay. All right.
Well, the system really don't work. But if the person apply themselves while they was in prison and then work their way out, they can adapt back to society on their own. Cause I mean, you say like second chance, like the reentry program is really a joke to me.
It really is. What brief? Tell me why you say that.
Because they have a lot of people that was in prison that runs the program,
Okay.
and that's why I feel it don't work. Because it only work for the people that runs the program and the people they surrounded with. Well, if you are if you like you if I'm gonna give you a parable, like if you was in a company
Okay.
and you got to go along with what the company say.
Right.
If you buck the company, you don't have nothing coming.
Right.
So I don't deal with the system. I go against it.
You go against it. Okay, I can understand that due to the fact the way you were done by the system.
Right. The system don't work to me.
Okay.
You got to force it to work.
Right. So, what were some of the things you did to help your situation out? Like, you said you didn't trust the system. So, who did you push to help you get out and to get your story heard and for you to, for your situation to come to clearance?
Well, like I say, the system don't work because I wrote a lot of letters to people that should have been helpful, but they wasn't because my case was like it was like local publicity, as they say.
Okay.
I reached my hand out to like the NAACP
Okay.
as an Al Sharpton.
Right.
Um, I wrote Oprah Winfrey about 4 letters. I
Okay.
wrote all the TV stations.
Okay.
The media was help, but people like in positions like in the system, I call the system like the NAACP,
Okay.
and I pushed myself
Okay.
until they got tired of hearing me. Then I was heard.
Then you were heard. So how long would you say it took for your story to be heard, for your point to get across?
Well, I'm still fighting because they still have me part of the system.
Really?
Yeah, I got cleared by DNA testing but I paid for it. I paid $10,000.
Wow. Okay, so what is the process that you're going through now?
Well, I was convicted of rape, supposed to have been raping 3 women. They took me out of college. And,
Okay.
but the actual case it involved around rape. These people was paid to send me to prison as a favor.
Wow.
It was a conspiracy,
Okay.
but I have yet to prove it. I can prove it, but I can't prove it till I get everything together. It's like two pieces of the puzzle. Well, I didn't know. I was ignorant when I went to jail because I was 22, so
Okay.
I had to educate myself, find out how they put me in there, and then work my way out. And I went through some trials and tribulations to get out because I got stabbed 6 times. I got into it with guards, and then when I got cleared by DNA testing, they tried to make like I was still, you know,
A criminal.
the bad guy.
Okay.
But at the same time, on the other hand, I was reaching my hand out to the media, and that's when I was hurt because a lot of people scared in the media. I find out. See, when the media get hold to it, they not gonna tell lies. They gonna tell it all.
Right.
So when I got hold to the media, they got me out of the system and sent me back to the county
Okay.
and left me in there for 9 months. But like I say, the system don't work because there's a lot of people that's in the system that's crooked and they don't want the truth to be heard.
Right.
But see, the system is really, if it ain't broke you, they don't want it to fix it. They want to act like they want to fix it.
Okay.
So if you don't have no money and you don't have no people out here that got your best interests at heart, then you like a statistic. You like lost in the system. But I'm one of the ones that refuse to accept what the system putting forth to keep somebody in prison. See, if they had their way, I would still be in there.
Amen. Well, I want to thank you for sharing your story with us today. If there's, what would you say to the viewers if there's somebody out there that's going through the same thing you're going through? What would you tell them? What's the words of encouragement you would tell them?
Well, I would tell them that if anybody in their family that believe in that they innocence, to try to reach their hand, to try to help fix the system or either try to help them work their way out of prison. But a lot of people out here, they take stuff for granted, so they don't have time to, they won't take time
Right.
to help the person that's in prison come out to prove their innocence. But I like correspond. I'm a people's person. I like networking.
Okay.
But it's sad to say my own people wouldn't help.
Wow.
When I mean none of them. I mean, when I say my people, I'm saying like Reverend Moss.
Okay.
He told me my case was warrant local publicity. He couldn't help me. Then when my case got on TV,
He
he
wanted
ran down to the county and
Oh.
wanted to talk to me. It wasn't for no talking.
Okay.
It was too late for that. Al Sharpner, I had an evidentiary hearing on the 7th of December, and I met a lady that was a part of the NAACP, so we called his 1-800 number. And man in New York said that my case wasn't international, so he said that he couldn't help me. So the lady on the phone, she's a member. She expired her relationship with the NAACP. So then he wanted to help, but it was too late because he showed his true color. But
Right.
They don't want help, for real. They just don't want the truth get out.
So basically, you saying strive for yourself.
Yeah, to be heard.
Exactly.
But you gotta be heard by the right people. And it can't be locally because that.
All right. Well, thank you once again for sharing your story. When we come back, we will have New Covenant on 5 Minutes of Fame right here on clevelandsgospeltv.com.